wonder why some coastlines are peaceful beaches while others are wrapped with earthquakes and volcanoes? Let's break down passive and active continental margins. Looking at this map of geomorphic features of the world's ocean, you can notice shelves that are shallow seabeds extending from shore, slopes which drop steeply beyond the edge, and rises which are inclined features formed by relatively thick sediments. Together, these form continental margins, which exhibit variation in width along different continents. Comparing the numbers, wider margins are known as passive margins, represented by much broader shelves and rises, and narrower, known as active margins, often bordered by trenches instead of wide rise. Why? Because it depends on how they were formed. A passive margin is formed through sediment accumulation over an ancient rift zone. The beginning of passive margins is related to supercontinent breakup and the formation of continental rifts. As continental rifting progresses, it creates new ocean basins that continue to widen over time, spreading the seafloor in opposite directions. This type of continental margin is called a passive margin because it lies far from the active divergent plate boundary and experiences little tectonic activity, allowing thick accumulation of sediment to build up over time. An active margin is formed in the subduction zone. A subduction zone is a region where an oceanic plate sinks beneath a continental plate, driving earthquakes, volcanic activity, and the formation of deep ocean trenches. An active continental margin owes its name to the fact that it lies along a convergent plate boundary where active tectonic processes of subduction drive earthquakes and nearby volcanism. A continental margin is characterized by step-like profile because it represents a transition zone between thick continental crust and thin oceanic one. At a passive margin, the oceanic crust is fused to the continental crust, forming a long platform for rise sediments. At an active margin, the transition is sharp. Thank you for watching. With Geo greetings. See you next time.